Auntie. So I decided that I'm just gonna be uh, relaxing in bed with my babies, and I'm gonna do a video. So I am using my front-facing camera. So whenever I use that, of course, the coloring is not that great, and we just look darker and all that stuff. It's just like it's not a good camera. I mean, I'm using my iPhone, so it's not a, I don't know. It just don't, I'm trying to get him in a comfortable position. It's just not as good as my front facing camera. So I do this a lot. I lay here and Gabby decided she's just gonna watch the camera. So but yeah, I do this a lot. I'll hold him while I watch TV, and I'm just gonna chat with you guys like I used to. I haven't did that in a while. I don't want to get my little ugly face because, of course, I haven't combed my hair all day. It was so funny. I went to pick up my daughter, right? And so I went to pick her up, and I'm in the car. And the thing is that, you know, of course, I get in my car in the garage, so I don't really have to go outside, walk outside to the car. So I do have slightly tinted windows or whatever. So I'm riding down the street because, you know, my daughter sent me a text and I just get up and go, okay, I'm making the story long. But so I'm riding down the street and one of my son little friends, he's just waving away, and so I wave, and all of a sudden I like run my hands through my hair and think, oh crap, you know, because I had wore a wig the day before or something, and so my hair is just standing up on top of my head, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope he can't see through this tint because I look a hot mess, right? Oh well. I'm one of those people that just kind of like just don't care. So that's just me. Um, just so much. Gosh, guys, it's so much I could just sit here and talk to you guys forever. Um, okay, so I am trying to get the balance of life, so to speak. Last week I kept a list of all the things to do in my phone, and because every day of the last week I had things to do, even if it was something as simple as I had lunch date with some of my key friends at work, and then I had appointments and all kinds of stuff scheduled. My daughter had her pre-op for her surgery, and then she had surgery later that week, which was yesterday, and it's just been, you know, pretty hectic for me. The cover's just covering up his face, but yeah, guys. So my week has been crazy, but the list helped me, and it didn't make the day go by better. I was a little bit more organized during the week, so that helped me. I did the baby hair on Sunday to last all through the week, and so it did, and I'm gonna do it again this Sunday. I'll wash it and whatever. I didn't do well with my eating. I still had candy from some people on my job sent me candygrams, and so I had like candy in my desk, so I still kind of did bad. Not as bad as I normally do, but still bad. So I'm still needing to work on that. I kind of laid out what I wanted to cook for the week, so I kind of had that organized. But anyway, off of that, so that's a little bit of my personal life, of all the things that's been going on with me. I let go of one of my favorite babies, my angel, and she's on Dolly Pop production channel now. And that was, believe it or not, I thought Jacory was my hardest baby to let go, but even now I feel like tearing up about it. But my angel was far more harder. I think it's more because she was a sentimental baby. But such is life, as one of my friends say. You gotta make sacrifices, in this hobby, because these dolls are so expensive, and that's basically what I've been doing. I've been making sacrifices. Kingston is well paid for and taken care of and all that great stuff. But at the same time, just so I could sleep better and justify why I have such an expensive baby in my collection, I um, I had to let some babies go because that just made me feel better about the purchase, if that makes sense. So a lot of people ask me different questions and stuff, and I definitely don't mind. I enjoy being able to help or share my experiences with you guys. So definitely anytime that you want to ask me something, if I know the answer, I'll tell you. If I don't, I'll tell you. And if I think I could find the answer for you, I will try to find it for you. But a lot of questions been circulating around. I don't know if it's like the reborn, doll community is like a lot of people are converting over to silicone babies, or we're now just more, they're becoming more popular now. Reborns, I think, will always be very, very important in the community and will always have their presence in the community, because there are so many different faces and so much more to choose from the um, with the reborns. And for the most part, you can get just overall better reborns, better looking reborns. The art and the details in the reborns can be far greater than silicone babies, because not many people can paint silicone babies really well. And definitely when you're looking at ethnic, you're almost looking to slim to none of being able to get that true realism. Um, so yeah, but I have to say, and I know I keep saying this, but a silicone can look as realistic and more realistic as a reborn. I think they should look more realistic than a reborn because of the fact of the way they feel and the movement in them and all that stuff. So I think that if they're painted correctly, they should look better. But that's not usually the case. We all know that. But of course, you pay for what you get for the most part. Secondhand market is great as long as you know who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with. But you just gotta be very careful. Very, very careful. But I get a lot of questions of like, people are just still really afraid of silicones to deal with the silicone babies. They're afraid of investing their money. But, I can't convince anyone one way or the other because everybody is different and everybody have a preference. Some people are going to hate silicone and love reborn. So I can't sit here and say, oh, go for the silicone because that's what I prefer. Um, so yeah, but what I find that's really funny to me is that you have people that have never owned a silicone giving out advice on silicones or having such strong opinions of them, but they've never felt one, never had one, never held one, and that's pretty crazy. Even with me, um, as much as I like to be the one to talk about this and that, and oh, I know sometimes I may come across like, oh, she's a know it, she thinks she's a know it all type person. Even me, I will say that I am not as experienced in the silicone. Um, I'm not as knowledgeable on the silicones as I would like to be, or as some other people that have been collecting silicones a lot longer than me and have, you know, seen a lot more silicone babies come through their collections. I've had definitely way more reborns. I think I've had maybe about 10 silicone dolls. I don't know. Something like that. I can't remember. But that's including partials and full bodies, right? So, yeah, but anyway, I don't see myself collecting any more full bodies unless I just get really lucky or hit the lotto. But partial silicones, I definitely think I will go after them because they're more affordable. But for me right now, I think Andrew has just really, he's really done the trick for me. I'm really in love with him. And I know a lot of people just get so sick and tired of hearing me say that and talk about him and seeing him in videos. And then some of you are like, yes, we love seeing him and all. And, you know, of course, I always get accused of bragging about him. And it's not bragging. I'm just proud of him. And hell, for what I spent, I'm going to talk about him and show him as much as I want because he was a very big investment for me. So, but I am just as pleased and proud of my Gabby Poo. I love this little sugar mama here. I don't know if you guys can't probably see her because I moved the camera down, but there her is. She is definitely one of my favorites. So I'm always going to be in love with Reborns. Always. Don't ever think that I will not, you know, be in love with Reborns. I think, and I plan to collect, you know, maybe another one at some point. But right now, I'm down to the very minimum in my collection. So, soon I will be down to only 4 babies. And, yeah, I don't plan to sell Zoe. I've been getting messages on that. I don't plan to sell her. I think I really want to keep her in Kingston because I like Zoe Open Eyes and I really like the details on her. And for everyone that has collected silicones know that even if the sculpt is the same, the each pore is different. Each time they paint them, they're different. Silicones are more like one of a kind, more of one of a kinds than reborn. Sometimes people can make replicas of reborns or come close enough to the point of where the reborn doesn't feel special to you anymore. But he likes to be on his tummy, and I know I trying to be fair and let you guys look at him, but he is very sleepy and he likes to be on his tummy. So yeah, that's another reason why I really love silicones too. I've become to love them more is because I get to have babies that are not gonna be like in everyone's collection. Kind of like my own personal baby. Like Andrew, he's a one of a kind because he's the only ethnic little boy in his edition and only one with a soft tummy so far. There's one more left to be done in his edition, so I don't know what it will be, boy, girl, whatever, or when it will be made. But for right now, he is a one of a kind. So I'm going to stop the video here because it's going over 14 minutes and you guys know my rule. I don't like to have to keep trying to upload. So we'll see you guys later.